And we're back. We're going to try this one more time. I think the first time my microphone wasn't working quite right based on what I could tell. And then the second time I was starting to notice some lag on my end, so I cut it short. Apologize for that. Some of you may not know my internet way out here is definitely less than optimal, to say the least. So it's one of the prices you pay, I guess, for living out where you can shoot where you live. So I'm just going to go over this stuff from the top. Nothing super crazy going on. I know it is a channel update video. It's not anything groundbreaking. I'm still going to be here, still going to be making videos. The major thing that's going to change is I'm going to be shooting a little bit less, and that's unfortunate. I think everybody knows that the ammunition situation is definitely less than optimal. There's a shortage to some degree from the people that I have talked to, not that I have super high up contacts or anything, but the people I talk to that know more than I do, which doesn't take a lot. Uh, the ammunition's being made just pretty much as quick as they can get it. Get it made and get it out. The military and law enforcement contracts get theirs first. That's kind of the way it's always been. But right now, with all the uncertainty starting at the beginning of the year with COVID and then uh, the protests turned to riots, and then the election itself, which is always kind of a strain on the ammunition pipeline. People aren't seeing it on the shelves. So after the military and law enforcement gets theirs, I'm not seeing it on my end where I normally order ammo online. I'm not seeing it even with in stock alerts or whatever. I'm not getting those emails that it was even in stock. It's not like I'm getting there too late to order it. With that, for folks like me that reload, primer availability sucks. I'm down to my last two boxes of primers that will work for 9mm and 357. Basically, anything that takes small pistol primers. Uh, so that's a bummer. I have been loading, so I have some put back, but not nearly as much as I would like for these kind of situations. Uh, Lessons learned there. So definitely don't want to feel like this again as far as primers go and for reloading, well, components in general. This will be the last time I'm caught shorthanded. So all that to say, I'm going to keep shooting. I'm going to keep doing videos based on shooting, but instead of doing just massive quantities of ammunition burning up, no, we're going to cut back on how much I'm shooting. So as far as that impacts gun reviews, obviously I'm not going to be able to put 5,000 rounds through one gun and do that. At least right now, I want to go back to doing that, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to be a little bit more selective on what calibers I review based on my ammunition stockpile. So you guys know I do a lot with 9mm. I need to keep some tucked back for potential crap hitting the fan and keep some tucked back for my own drills and practice and things like that. But I will still shoot them for fun. And if I hit a milestone, whether it's 2,000, 5,000, whatever round count, I'll give you guys a video on that. Guns themselves, the prices have gone up on those. The availability has gone down. Overall, that's a net good. Mostly gun purchases, at least from people I've talked to, again, are new gun owners, first time gun owners. Uh, and that's a net win for us overall politically, I think. And I don't get super political on the channel. I realize everybody kind of has their own thoughts on that. I'm not going to tell you how to think or vote. But the more people that are embracing and exercising their Second Amendment rights, that's good for all of us. So I think that's a net good, even if it's aggravating for those of us that have been involved in the shooting sports for a while. I'm not going to be buying any guns for a little while just because whatever money I have that I could potentially use to be buying guns is going towards reloading components for ammunition, things like that. So there's that. Now I do have some awesome friends like my buddy Justin that's loaned me a few things and a couple other people. So if I get the opportunity to borrow something and review it for you guys, I will definitely do that. So if I'm not buying guns and can't buy ammo, we're gonna start doing some videos on accessories, whether that's optics, lights, triggers, different things like that. I've got guns, and I've got guns that I've never changed apart on that I would like to modify to some extent. So as I start doing some upgrades, make videos on the review. I may make videos on the installation process. It just depends on YouTube's rules. Some of you guys know demonetize across the board the whole channel once already. I'd like to avoid doing that again. That was not a fun experience. So as long as I think that I can quote get away with it and it's not against their rules. I may do some how-to videos, or I may just do some how-to videos and not monetize them. So there is that. The big reveal, I guess, for this is I am planning on putting an Apex Tactical Trigger Kit in my FN 509. A lot of you guys know from watching that review, I love everything about the gun but the trigger. So that's going to be coming soon. I'm also going to do some how-to videos. There's been some interest expressed in things like uh, survival skills, starting a fire, basic knot tying, stuff like that. As soon as I can figure out how to film that effectively myself, I'm not sure if you guys know or figured out. I do all my video production, filming, editing as a one man operation. So as soon as I can figure out the logistics of actually filming that where it shows something useful, uh, start doing some how to videos on survival skills, things like that. I've been meaning to do that for a while. That's not just happening because of the ammunition shortage, but this has kind of made me get creative as far as what content I want to bring. So there's going to be that. Knife reviews are always kind of hit or miss, but I like knives. I've got knives. It's a good excuse to buy more. So far, there hasn't been a run on decent knives. So I'll probably pick up some more to show you there. Although I did promise my wife when I got my Microtech that that was going to be the only one I needed. So that might be a hard sell to get her to let me get another one. Uh, Archery. I've always been interested in it. I've never done it. May let you guys learn along with me as I try to learn how to shoot a bow with accuracy that at least is somewhat better than Ray Charles. So I may get into that, may get into some higher end air guns. I say higher end, just stuff that has enough energy to be good for small game hunting, survival, things like that. This isn't going to be like Red Rider stuff, but it's probably not going to be super powerful 50 caliber air guns either. Somewhere in between as things go on. The other thing that I wasn't planning on bringing up during this live stream, but has become clear to me, work is getting shorthanded again, which means overtime. It's not fun like it sounds. It doesn't always mean just big checks. It means that it's going to be harder to get 2, 3, 4 videos out a week. So I may be down to one. You can definitely expect at least one video every weekend. If I'm able, I like getting that midweek video out to you guys as well. So hopefully I don't lose as much time to do the stuff I enjoy, like making videos and chatting with you guys. But overtime is ramping up at work. Unfortunately, it's not something they can fix very quickly because it takes time to train people. So at least a few months from normal out as far as that goes. So I'll do my best to keep the video schedule that I've been doing, which is one every weekend and then one through the middle of the week. And if that fails, it'll be the midweek video I don't get. I'll get one out on the weekends for you guys. Still working nights, although I'm getting close to going to day shift. That's based on seniority. So uh, that doesn't really affect you guys too much. I might look slightly less tired in my videos. So I am desperately looking forward, though, to going to days. It's been over 2 years on nights now. Not always fun. Other than that, I think the biggest thing I would caution everybody is just with the uncertainty of the coming months. It's an election season. It's realistically going to go one of two ways, even for those of us that like the idea of a third party. I don't see that happening this go around. So the election itself is temporary. The election season is temporary. The mudslinging is, well, it's starting to get more permanent, but overall it's temporary. I think we get caught up oftentimes on us versus them, and primarily social media. I'm literally hate getting on Facebook now just because everything is so political, and I see people that have been friends for 10, 15, sometimes even 20 years turning on each other just because who they support for the election or don't support or this, that, and the other. I think collectively we all need to be kind of careful that we're not damaging relationships we've had for years, decades, even sometimes with our own family over something as realistically it's kind of trivial. Um, the president isn't magically going to change everything about your life. And that being said, most of you guys know where I stand on stuff, but uh, I'm not going to cut people off over a difference of opinion politically. So I think we need to be careful, not let our tempers and egos get the best of us this election season. and all subsequent ones for that matter. But it does seem like things are getting increasingly more polarized. So uh, hopefully we can all find at least some common ground to stand on. We just celebrated the anniversary of 9/11 not too long ago. Now I was young. I know a lot of you guys that watch my stuff are significantly older than I am, but I was old enough to remember that. I was old enough to remember the patriotism that came in the wake of it and how united we all were. And I miss that. Haven't seen that in a long time. Things seem to be getting worse as far as the division. So, kind of a soapbox moment. Didn't mean to bait you in with that, but try to take care of the people around you and maintain your relationships, even if you aren't voting for the same person this November. Uh, at the end of the day, whoever it is has a max of either 4 more years or 8 years. And I would posit the opinion that our friendships and our relationships with our family are probably going to last longer than that if you don't completely terminate them over a difference of opinion. So that's where that is. Overall, I hope we not only keep what gun rights we have, but maybe start seeing some progress to getting more of them back. That would be nice. I'd really like to see the Hearing Protection Act passed or some variant of that that would remove suppressors from the NFA. That would be my big win. I'd be super excited about that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to close this one out. Just again, just a channel update. I'm going to still keep shooting. Just going to be less shooting, and we may go over some other life skills. There's been some interest, so doesn't look like too many people tuned in to this one. That's fine. If you watch it later, leave me a comment, and I will get back to you just as quick as I can. Especially things that you want to see on the channel, thoughts on things that I've brought up, and we'll go from there. Stay safe, guys. Keep shooting if you can. Do your dry fire if you can't. And be nice to people around you. All right. Stay safe.